what's happening, guys? Hopefully you had a great celebration of New Year, and we're starting with a video about something from the past, actually close-up shot of Norman Osborn's frozen head from Beta Workshop. A special thanks to Nailbiter. You can check out all these images in his article in the description box. As we know, of course, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was supposed to have post-credit scene where the mysterious man in the shadows walks past all the doors, and one of the chambers actually contains a frozen Norman Osborn's head. To be precisely, the post-credit scene was supposed to be, according to the Reddit rumor, which turned out to be true, it was actually him walking past all the chambers, and then he stops near the chamber with Norman Osborn's head and he tells him, "Wake up, my friend." And apparently maybe Norman opens his eyes or whatever, and then the credits roll, or if it's a post-credit scene, it's just black screen and that's it. We're waiting for the Sinister Six and The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Presumably we see the same chamber without his head very briefly there in this scene where Norman Osborn dies in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it is announced that he is actually dead, and then very briefly a nurse brings this container. It's a very brief shot, but we actually see it in the film. Of course, Norman Osborn's frozen head, it was a major leak from Sony a few months before the actual release of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This image appeared on one of the Sony's websites, official The Amazing Spider-Man 2 websites. I think it was a Flash game some sort, and there was this picture. Of course, immediately once they realized that it is actually a huge spoiler, they removed this picture, and I think they closed the whole website, but still the picture was leaked online. It's not a secret that Mark Webb had serious plans for Norman Osborn in the upcoming films. Yep, he dies, they got his head, they put his head in the chamber, and later on, of course, as I speculated with my theories how it might be actually revolved in future films, I suggested that at some point he will be injected with some sort of lizard type serum, which will allow him to regrow his full body, but this time it won't be a human body. Instead, Norman Osborn will be transformed into this ultimate version of Green Goblin. He will be this monstrous creature, huge green Hulk type of character, and that's probably The Amazing Spider-Man 3 or The Amazing Spider-Man 4, where Norman Osborn is brought back to life once again to face Peter Parker, and presumably he was supposed to be the main villain in one of the upcoming The Amazing Spider-Man films. But as we know from all the recent Sony Pictures leaked emails, the plans for Spider-Man franchise are covered in the fog. Basically, we don't know what Sony's final decision will be. Actually, we will find out this month already in January during Spidey Summit. Hopefully they will release a press release and they will actually tell everybody what's the fate of Spider-Man. Will he join the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Will Marvel produce the film and Sony distribute? Still, Norman Osborn's head is right here, a very close-up shot, great shot actually. He's bald, which I couldn't really make from the original. This picture we've got a few months before the movie, and here we see that he's actually bald. Everybody knew from the moment it was rumored that he will die in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 that he's actually faking his death some sort. Norman Osborn is the master of faking his death. He did it many times in the comics, and he returned. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Webb planned this plot twist as well. Once again, you can check out all these images down below in the description box, and there are more great behind the scenes pictures of Dandy Han, as well as his pumpkin bombs and more interesting stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm off for now.